Hello, this is Melanie Militix with the Home Business Radio Network coming to you from beautiful sunny Florida. And I'm going to share with you the exact skills that you need to be more successful in today's market by integrating online marketing skills with your offline network marketing model to create truly life-changing income in your home-based business. Today we're going to talk about something I call wrapping your social media arms around your prospect. And what it really is a way that you can take your offline prospecting and bring it online so that your online credibility actually increases your conversions from your offline prospecting. This solves a major problem of lack of quality prospects for your business, and it is exactly the way that you should be marketing today to get the most bang out of your networking buck. So I'm going to give you the exact process that you can use to fill your funnel full of the movers and shakers in your community and then convert them using a very strategic method that I call wrapping your social media arms around your prospect. So the first thing and most important thing is that you must have an online presence in order to enact this method. And, yes, it would be fantastic if we could all come out the gate and have our own websites and blogs and YouTube channels full of videos and autoresponders in place and multiple capture pages, and well, the list goes on and on. But not everyone is in a position to do that out the gate. So I prefer to give you an absolutely easy method that you can use today so that you can go forward and succeed in this method today. And that is simply by setting up your own Facebook page and an online Facebook fan page, or a business page, so that you can use that to convert your offline prospects. So the first thing you got to do is your own Facebook page needs to make it obvious that you are in business. I know that people use Facebook to connect with friends, families, loved ones. It can be a very much touchy-feely, sweet place for people who choose to use it for that. And if that is what you use Facebook for primarily, you probably don't want to just massively convert that page today to something that's, business-like all the time, because your friends and family, they're just not going to dig it. All right. So you may want to start a Facebook profile that is specifically going to be used for this purpose. And that way your Facebook page makes it obvious you're in business. You're going to create a page on Facebook for your product or service. And when you make that page, you want to make sure that your page for your product or service actually links to the buy page or the join page for your opportunity. Now, once you've created that page, it's simply a matter of adding that product or service page as your work experience from your regular Facebook profile. And just poke around on Facebook. You'll see it. You'll see lots of successful people who, if you go to their first Facebook profile, in the very first thing it says, where do they work? You click on it, it's going to a Facebook product or service page that is about their opportunity. And that's exactly what we're talking about. And that's the first step. But the most significant and the one that's going to lead to conversions from this method. So get that part done. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to get out. Okay? You need to connect locally. In order to make this method work, it really is about generating prospects in our local market. It's about connecting with the movers and shakers, and what we're looking for really is a transfer of talent into your organization. So when I say connect locally, I'm not talking about accosting people at the mall or any of those type of things. What I mean is be very specific and deliberate about who you're meeting and who you're connecting with. I want you to find local business networking groups to connect with. Go to the ones that have many attendees so that you have lots of opportunities to connect with people. I would recommend different business networking groups. I would recommend Chamber of Commerce. I would recommend different business luncheons, women's groups, those types of groups, women in business groups specifically. because that's where you're going to find the serious business people in your community. And let's face it, we want to recruit up. You want to have some incredibly powerful, upwardly mobile, forward-thinking people joining you in your opportunity, right? So get to where those people come together to network. And what you're going to do is you're going to collect cards, you're going to connect with people. And if you haven't ever done that before, take a class on effective networking so that you are doing, there is a very specific, there's protocol, there's etiquette, there's ways that you connect with people there where you are not being pushy about your opportunity in any way. And in the course of this show, I can't really cover that. So I'm going to recommend that you take a course on effective networking, or pick up a book, or get an online ebook that explains, the rules of effective networking. But the most important thing I could tell you about when you get to those events is connect with somebody there who's obviously the leader in the room, okay? I want you to connect with them. I want you to walk up to them and say, hey, where else should I be? Okay? Because we want to have an effective use of our time. If we're going to fill our calendar with events to attend, we want to make sure that they are good events. So connect with the leader. Ask them what events are worthwhile for you to get to. Now here's the magic. Okay, this is where we wrap our social media arms around them. As soon as you get home with those cards, you're going to friend all of those people that you just met. And be very specific when you friend them. Friend them and put them in a list. The list I call mine is local networkers. Okay, so figure out how to make a Facebook list of people and friend them and put them in a list. And when you friend them, send them a very specific note. Something that you remembered about your conversation with them perhaps. Or just simply, I met you today at XYZ, let's stay connected. Friend them, put them in the list, and then you're going to find, it's just a matter of course, that you're going to get a lot of invites to be friends with their friends. And isn't that exactly what we're looking for? We want to be connected with the movers and shakers and the friends of those movers and shakers, right? So accept the influx of new friends. And when they accept your friendship, invite them to be a fan of your page. See, that's how people do business online today. If you connected with the local salon or the local boutique, they're going to invite you to be a fan of their page. That's expected. So you go and like their page and you ask them in turn to like yours. This is where the magic begins, okay? Because at this point now you have them in a list of local networkers and they're your friend. Now we can invite them to local events. So when you set up a local event page on Facebook, you can include your link in there and your contact information. And you can, I call this, it's dripping on them in a totally different manner. Now, typically when you say drip on them, it means an email campaign. That's an autoresponder that's, dripping a email on them every few days or so. In this case, you're dripping on them by making continual contact with them in public, at networking events, and by inviting them to your local events on Facebook. Now, just imagine the scenario, okay? You started out with 0 connections in your community. You invest some time into connecting with the movers and shakers in your community. And now you have a whole network of incredibly powerful, influential people. And that is your list to invite to your local event. Imagine it, because it is real. It's reality. It's just a matter of you taking the steps that I've just outlined for you in order to be successful with this method. Now, there are other ways to increase the number of leads that you get, including going for vendor opportunities, okay? And that's pretty straightforward. If you've got a excellent vendor opportunity, or it's a B2B type event, or it's a local fair even, connecting with people there and connecting with and actually generating leads on the spot there and adding them to your funnel. Friends, the number of leads that you can generate from your local community is so endless. And I hope that this training will really just take the blinders off and relieve you of the thought of scarcity of prospects, because they are everywhere. I definitely do, if you don't have enough events on your own calendar, find them. Connect with local businesses, find out where the vendor events are, what's inexpensive relatively to start out. And finally, now that you've got this lead funnel, and that's exactly what your Facebook page is now, I call it Facebook is a place of conversion, right? Always be selling, okay? And go for no. Okay, that's fine. So now that they're actually a fan of your page, you can absolutely promote your specials, your upcoming events, post testimonials, whether it's testimonials of your clients or testimonials from the products that your company sells, whatever they are. Use Facebook to its best, which is sharing photographs and stories. People love to share success of other people. Comment on the statuses of those local movers and shakers. Imagine that. Okay, so you're not going to go and certainly not going to go spam on their wall, right? But why wouldn't you go and say, "Hey, Maria, it was good seeing you the other day. I can't wait to connect with you at the next event." What does that do? That sends Maria back to your page just to see what you're doing. What are you up to? And lo and behold, you've got photos on your wall, testimonials, and all kinds of business things. You never spam them, but you did get them to your wall. That's the way that Facebook works. And remember, your thriving business takes time. And people buy from those that they know, like, and trust. So this method is definitely working in a cold market, right? It's warmer than just picking up the phone and calling somebody across the country, but it's still cold market. So remember, it's going to take some warming up. And the ways that you make sure that you warm that up is by being a regular attendee at the good meetings. Okay, don't just go and hit and run. People forget about you, and in fact, they get an idea about you that's exactly what you are, is a hit and run. So definitely be a regular attendee and expect good referrals to lead to more business in the cold market over time. Okay, this is not a microwave thing. Know that you are effectively growing your list, and your list is gold if you treat it with respect. And expect this: the people who've been watching you for ages will join you on the spot one day, and you had no idea that they were even looking so closely at your opportunity. This is Melanie Militix. We've been talking about wrapping your social media arms around your local prospects and how that can lead to an influx of the movers and shakers in the community actually joining you in business. Stick with me, and I'll share with you the exact skills that you need to be more successful in today's market by combining offline and online network marketing methods to create truly life-changing income. This is Melanie Militix. You can connect with me at melaniemilitix.com. Click on the Home Business Radio Network tab and leave me a message. Let me know a topic that you'd like to hear more on, or ask me your questions. I love your feedback. Until next time, you've got to dream big.